Hey YouTubers, more Robb Moffett. Guys, today I want to do a little video on acid reflux or GERD or LPR or silent reflux. I've recently had a health issue where I had to have an operation and they hurt my throat with some tubes, the intubation during the heart procedure. And I had to take some medicine, some proton pump inhibitors to stop the acid in my stomach in case it would increase the aggravation of the ulcer in my throat. And afterwards, I seem to acquired silent acid reflux, where I'd always have to uh, clear my throat or have difficulty talking, have a lump in my throat, and other things. So I continued taking the proton pump inhibitor as a way to solve the problem, but I did some research, and that's not a particularly pleasant pill to be taking. There's a lot of side effects with proton pump inhibitors. So if possible, I think it's good to find natural ways you can help your acid reflux, whether it's the silent type or the GERD type where the liquid comes up into your esophagus or throat. So I did a lot of research. I couldn't get much information from my doctor when I saw her. Basically, it's just take pill and drink a lot of water. So I did some research and on YouTube and the internet and found about a dozen or more different natural ways you can help your acid reflux. I thought I'd go over them to help people who might have a similar problem. Um, Number one is chew your food. You want to make sure you've chewed your food up into small pieces, chew 30 or 40 times, and that way you don't have large amounts of big food in your stomach that'll cause bloating and gas, and it'll be digested and removed from your stomach and your system very quickly. The second thing is to eat less food. If you need to eat a lot of food, eat more meals. You don't want to eat a large amount of food at one time because it causes pressure in your stomach, which causes the liquid, or in my case, the aerosols, to come up into my throat and larynx. And when it happens, it's not the acid in the stomach that's causing the problem. When your liquid aerosols come from your stomach and get past that valve in your esophagus, what happens is it brings along pepsin, which is an enzyme that dissolves your food and it's activated by acid. So when you get pepsin lining your stomach or your larynx and tissue in your throat, and you eat acidic foods, it causes the pepsin to be activated and start to eat away at your tissue in your throat and your larynx. So it's not just acid, it's the pepsin. So try eating less food. That's another thing. Number three, one of the most important things you can do, nobody ever mentioned to me at the doctor's office, is to don't eat any food before you sleep, because when you lay down, the liquid or the gases will come up into your throat, go past the valve. Because that's one of the main problems people have is the valve isn't working correctly to keep it shut, and stuff comes in to where it's not supposed to go. But if there's nothing there to come out, you don't have a problem. So after you eat, don't go to bed for at least 2 hours. And if you're eating in the lunchtime, don't take a nap. If you do take a nap after eating lunchtime, get in a lazy boy. Don't lay down sitting up and take a nap that way. Um, no water with meals. My doctor said to drink a lot of water. When I did for the first time in my life, I had actual real heartburn and GERD where the liquid was coming up because I wasn't making enough acid in my stomach, and with all the liquid being added, it diluted what acid I had, and it was actually creating a problem. So if you do want to drink water, but just don't drink water with meals. Number five is some people have found success in increasing the acid by taking apple cider vinegar with like a spoonful in a glass of water. But it didn't seem to help me. But so many other people it has helped. That's something you might want to look into. After you try it, if it doesn't work, you could stop it. Um, if it does work, it's a very simple, inexpensive method to help your acid reflux. Number six is one that hardly anyone mentions is chewing gum. When you chew gum, you release amylase in your mouth, and when you swallow it, it helps in the digestion of your food. Number seven is one of the more important ones is to be careful of food triggers. there's a lot of things that can trigger your acid reflux. Acidic foods, tomatoes, citrus, or alcohol, or caffeine, uh, sugar, a lot of carbohydrates. You don't want to be eating a lot of starches, lots of potatoes and bread and pastas. You want to try to cut back on those. Um, so look into the things you're eating that could be triggering your acid reflux. Number 8 is take a probiotic to help the the bacteria and bugs that are good in your stomach and help them grow to help you digest food better. There's pills you can take to the probiotics. I'll leave a link, I think, into the video description of some that I think are excellent. But also people have been taking food supplements like Kefir. It's a fermented milk. You can get it in the different stores now. It's sort of like yogurt, but it's a little more sour and a lot more thin. It's fermented milk, but it has a lot more different bacteria than yogurt does. Although I do recommend yogurt for the acid reflux. So you could try Kefir. Number 9, you could try elevated sleep. Just in case you waited 2 hours and you still have an issue with liquid or gas coming back into your throat, you could get a elevated pillow, like a wedge foam pillow. I'll leave a link for that too. I use one myself. It's something good to help you with your sleep that will stop the liquid from coming up. Number 10, if you do have the liquid come up and it's burning, instead of taking Tums or something to get rid of more acid, which isn't going to help because the Tums is going to go in your stomach, and if you have the acid and Pepsid in your stomach, I mean in your throat, your larynx, the Tums isn't going to help. Gastroenterologist taught me this trick is you get a squeeze bottle that you use for nasal spray and empty it and clean it out, and you put in some water with some baking soda and then squirt that into your nose or throat, and it helps get rid of the burning because it neutralizes the acid and the pepsin. I made a video about that. I'll leave a link to it. You can see exactly how much to use to make it. Number 11, I read a study by the National Institute of Health where along with supplements they used melatonin to get results that were as good as the different proton pump inhibitors. So I have started taking melatonin, about 2.5 milligrams every evening. In the study they took 3 milligrams, but they also took some supplements that I don't have the ability to access what they used in the study, but I am taking the melatonin. I don't know if it's helping or not, but it certainly has helped my sleep. I sleep better. And my acid reflux has gotten better. I just don't know which of these things I'm doing has helped it, but I do take the melatonin. I think there's very low risk, but you should talk to your doctor about anything that you do. Number 12, I think before I started taking these strong drugs, I should have tried the Tums. It's something that is good for acid. At the same time, it has very low side effects, and you can take it for longer periods of time. Number 13 is okra. A lot of times for people who have advanced cases of the reflux, they'll give them something that helps coat and line their stomach. And if you take okra and make it into a soup, okra has a lot of mucilage. It's mucilaginous. I don't know how to pronounce that word. It's a lot of slimy going on with okra. But if you make it into a soup, I like making a big pot of soup. It'll last me during the week, and I eat every day for lunch. So now sometimes I make a soup with the okra, and it has the mucilage in there, and it makes a coating. I think it's helpful. You could try. Number 14 is I recommend people lose weight if they can and exercise their stomach muscles and their core muscles to help. There aren't any studies I've seen where that helps with the problem of their valves working properly, but I think the more toned you are, the better things are going to work in your intestines and your gut. The last thing is number 15. I found a very good doctor on YouTube. She has a ton of videos on acid reflux. She has one excellent one on the 8 different types of acid reflux and different things you can do. I got some of my information from her, in fact. I'll leave a link to her videos and her website so you can check her out. Hope this video was helpful. I put on new stuff every week. I got over 600 and some videos. I've been doing it for 10 years. I put new stuff on there every week, and hope you all come back and watch more. And check out the links I have in the video description and the doctor's website that I'll be leaving a link for. Good luck with your acid reflux and your GERD and the silent reflux, guys. I hope you're able to control it and get rid of it. And if you have any questions or any comments, I'd be interested in reading them. Any information you can help the rest of us, the tricks you guys have learned, it's much appreciated. We're all in this together. All right, take care. See you out there.